Good morning, Sukumar Srinivasan again. We are traveling together in the search for the knowledge, knowledge of the self. In the last video, we saw that how the mind has to be thrown out and the mind has to be innocent. Now, why we are saying that is because this is what the people with the supreme knowledge they have attained. That supreme knowledge by totally destroying their mind. The knowledge what the human beings are having is infinitesimal, very little, very, very little. But the knowledge of the universe is gigantic, can't be measured at all. But it is possible for the human being to attain that knowledge. That is immensely possible, and there are standing examples of masters in India and China who have done that. They have done it. Okay, now let it be, because that is the ultimate goal for us. But we are in the right path. We are step by step going towards that possibility of elevating ourselves into a higher being. Now, in the process, we will make our life a better life, a happier life, and we will be able to live joyously without any of your problems in the material world affecting you. It might be there, but you will not get attached to them. So you will not suffer. You will not have a destabilizing effect on your physique or body or mind. So that happens in this process. In the process of seeking the knowledge of the self, and once we come to that level, once that understanding happens, then all your problems in the external world will be solved. Because you have the perfect understanding as to why they are happening and how they can be solved. Or do they solve by themselves? Do they solve by themselves? We had a case of a manager, a CEO in a company where on a day-to-day basis, every day people are coming to him, below him, the production man, the marketing man, and the engineering man, and the HR man, all coming and complaining to the CEO about this problem, that problem, and all that. Each used to bring right in the morning when he goes there, he used to get lots of problems. Now, one day he decided, after coming to an understanding, he decided, okay, whatever are the problems which you are telling me, put it in writing and give it to me in a cover. Then go back. I'll give you my decision afterwards. Because these problems, when these people are telling him on a day-to-day basis, his entire mind was fully occupied with the problems, but not to do anything creative on his own. A CEO is supposed to do creatively so that this company goes forward. But if he is trying to solve, all the repair work in the building, what is he doing? Then his role is highly restricted, and he will not be able to achieve a result at all. So wisely, this man decided that, okay, you give me the problems in a cover, and I will give you the solutions afterwards. So the next day they came, each of them gave about 5 to 10 covers. Each one has got a problem, described in that, what they are facing in the respective departments. So totally about some 40 problems are there. And so he took all the covers and told them, okay, let me see and let me come to a decision. Okay, let me take a decision. So after they left, he put all those covers in his bottom drawer. There are 3 drawers in his table, and he put all those covers in the bottom drawer and closed it, and then went about what he is supposed to do, to look forward and to do creatively what he can do in order to further the business of the company and achieve success. This went on for 2-3 days. At the end of third day, or the beginning of the fourth day, he called the people to come inside and give their respective this thing. He wanted to give decisions on those 40 problems which he got it on the first day. So he took out the covers and sorted them out according to the department and called one after another. Okay, these are the problems he said. Now what is the present position? Please tell me. Then I will give my decision. The first departmental head said, sir, all those problems are solved. They are not existing now. So I don't think, I know you don't need to give any decisions, sir. They are all smooth now. Those problems are solved. The second department man said, sir, all are solved. They are not existing. The third man said, sir, 2 problems are there. But otherwise all the other problems are solved. And the fourth man said, only 1 problem is there, sir. All the others are solved. So at the end of the discussion, the CEO had only 3 problems to solve against the 40 problems he was supposed to solve on the first day. Then he took out those 3 problems, went through it, and gave a decision for the betterment of the company. It was over. Now look at this small story. There are 40 problems on the first day. Suppose he has engaged himself in solving all those problems, he would have gone mad. He would have gone mad. And he will lose all his creative capacity to do his own work. But at the end of the third day, he had only 3 problems to solve, and he applied his mind and he solved those problems. Now all the problems, thing is, in the world, the problems arise. In life, human life, there are problems which arise. But it depends on the nature of problems. Most of the problems, if you are not doing anything and allowing them to, pass, then they solve by themselves. This is the moral of the story. If you do not engage yourself in solving all the problems, most of the problems will solve by themselves. That is how the world functions. That is how our life is happening. Instead of solving 40 problems, you are required to do only 3 solutions. You are required to give only 3 solutions. So, the other derivative, what is the other, decision, moral of this particular story is that things happen in the way as they should happen. And things happen without waiting for your decision. The world does not depend on you to move forward. It may be the world, it may be the society, it may be your company, it may be your house. They are all functioning without your presence, without the necessity of your interfering in that. Isn't it? It happens. Many things happen which are out of our control. We think or we do some action, but the result is contrary. On the contrary, what happens is things happen by themselves, they are more profitable to us. They happen according to our own wish. Sometimes it happens, many times it do not happen. But both happen and do not happen are the same. It is not in our hands. It is not in our hands. But one thing we can do, one thing what we have to do is we have to be conscious in carrying out our duties. That is what we are supposed to do. We have to do it consciously. But the result can be left out. You can't even think about the result as to, or carry certain fear that whether there will be a success or not. Nothing. You don't require at all. What you are required to do is to do your duty consciously, with awareness, that's all. Nothing else. Things will smoothen by themselves. And you will get the expected result, or even more than that. So that is how this the earth, the universe functions. We are only a speck of it, and the world functions without our own. Even without your presence, the world will function. That much we should know. That applies to the world. That applies to the company also. Without the presence of CEO, the unit, the company will run smoothly, efficiently. CEO is not required. In a case in Maharashtra, there was a strike by the excise department people. You have the toll gates those days and all that. The toll gates used to be there, and there the officials used to be there. They will check whether the excise duty has been paid and all that, or sale tax has been, all those things they will check. And if it is not paid or something, they will collect. They will issue notice and collect the amount. This is what is happening. And before the FASTag and all came, it was the thing. The toll gates used to be there, and there used to be a long line of trucks and all that waiting for clearance. Now, then what has happened is the employees of the government working in that particular department went on a strike. They went on a strike demanding some things here and there, this, that and all that. For 3 days they were on strike. So the government had to put some newcomers in those places and go about to doing the job, collect the excise duties and all that. So the newcomers handled the job for 3 days. At the end of it, when the employees came back to the job, it was found that the government earned 3 times more than what the actual collections were made by their own employees, the permanent employees. The newcomers who were employed for a temporary period of 3 days, they made a collection which is more than 3 times the normal collection by the regular employees. It shows. There are other reasons, of course, leakage of income and all. Oh, leave it. What I am saying is, we think we are required in this world to carry out things. We think we are the people who have come to, run a company, run a family, take responsibility, all those things. We think without us, the company will be in shambles. The family will be misdirected. We think that in the society my presence is required, otherwise the society will not function. All these are imaginary thinkings. It is the ego, your ego, which only makes you to talk like that and behave like that. You see, the ego, if it remains normal without carrying out any of the actions, you can say it is okay. But the ego makes you to do things in a wrong way. Because when you assume that you are the indispensable person in a company or in a family or in a society, then your arrogance gets boosted. You want to keep everybody under your control. You want to make others slaves to your opinions and beliefs. Then what happens? Then the result is always negative. The result is negative, it creates all sort of conflicts, and there is always a contradictions all the time. There can never be any positive outcome out of that. So the ego that I responsible, I only can do it. Without me, nothing is possible. This I factor is the one which is spoiling the entire world. Everybody has got an I. Everybody has got a me. These two are the one which we think that we are the only one who is intelligent, capable, creative, this, that, everything. We think. But we don't accept that we have a limited knowledge, we have a limited mind, we have a limited experience as compared to the universe. We never accept our shortcomings. We never do that. like, a pair of lovers. The man tells about himself to the girl, and tells all good things about him. And the girl tells all the good things about her to the man, to the boy. They both exchange only good things. They don't, they conceal. They don't say, the bad things at all. And they realize that these things existed before marriage. Only after marriage they come to know, yes, this is the darker side of this person, man. This is the darker side of the girl, which was not revealed. That is how it happens in the society. We always, because of our ego, we always project ourselves as man, capable man, good Samaritan, pious, religious, compassionate. We think all. We want other people to follow me. But are we like that? Are we like that? Ask the third parties. They will tell you a lot of stories about you. It is because the ego kills a man. Ego puts a curtain in front of you and does not allow you to see the reality. It doesn't want the man to be exposed. You remove the curtain, then the man can, like he sees, we see ourselves in the marriage, we should see ourselves. We should see ourselves like a mirror. If you stand before a mirror, you get your image, you see, and what are the things, how it is looking and all that, where are any, mistakes or deficiencies or whatever it is. It is clearly reflected, so you know. So the ego, you should be able to reflect yourself in terms of ego. That means you should be able to know who you are. You are the false ego, what is supporting you, you should be able to understand. You should be able to analyze that ego. And if you do that, that is awareness. If you are able to do that, that is awareness. There is another story. Nagarjuna was one of the masters. A thief who has got he was in the profession of thievery. He came to him and told him, "Sir, I am very much interested in knowing myself. That is, I want to get realized. And nobody is willing to teach me because I am a thief." Master said, "What is this? That is wrong. Why they should refuse you? I'll teach you. I'll teach you how to know yourself. I'll teach you how to get enlightened. I'll teach you. No problem. This man was surprised. Having gone through all the other masters who said, "No, you're a thief, so you can't," and all sort of advices they were given and all that, but they never took him in for teaching. But this master says he will teach me. You are surprised. Okay, then what should I do, sir? No, you don't need to do anything, sir. If I take a teaching from you, should I discontinue my profession of thievery? Then not necessary. You can continue to do so. This man was more surprised. What is this? Everybody says, "Sir, don't do theft and all that." Other masters say, "What you are doing is wrong, it is sinful and you should not do it. You cause harm to others, you take people's possessions." All sort of advices are given, and this master says, "Don't do it. Do it. Go on doing it. No problem. That doesn't have any connection with this." This is total surprise for this man. He said, "Okay, sir, I will come tomorrow. From tomorrow I will start." Yes. So he started getting up, and then the master said, "Only one small condition I want to tell you, which you should fulfill. Then only I will be able to do that. Nothing else. It's not a big, condition as such. The condition is when you go for stealing something from somebody's house, you should do it with full awareness. That's all. Nothing else. You can go on doing it. But whenever you steal something, you steal with full awareness. So that's what the master said. The thief went back. After 3 days, he came back. He fell at the feet of Nagarjuna and said, "Sir, you, you already taught me about how to get, how to get this knowledge of the self. I followed your advice. Okay, I followed your advice. So I went to a house to steal. But at the time of stealing, your words came to my mind. You told me that I should steal with full awareness. So I made myself fully aware, and then it struck me, if I am aware of myself, what is what, then how can I steal this thing? Because awareness is an understanding of yourself. So I did not steal at all. I came back. So for the past 3 days, the same thing is happening. Whenever I go there to steal in a different house, at the time of stealing, your words come to my mind, and I could not do further, and I come back. I lost. So I have dropped my profession. Because what's the point of going to a house, not stealing and coming back? So you have shown me a perfect way. Be aware. Be aware. If you are aware, you will be able to do everything in a positive frame of mind, and that will be for the benefit of the society as a whole, or for your own benefit also, if you are aware. So awareness is the most important thing which a man should know. And awareness has got a definite, it has got a different explanations as to what is awareness. In a simple word, awareness means, being awake and all that. That is not awareness. Awareness is different, where the element of self-knowledge is more important than anything else. So, when awareness is present, your mind will be absent. When love is present, your mind will be absent. When compassion is present, your mind will be absent. Now, these are the ways by which you can throw out your mind. You don't need to throw it out. You simply practice awareness, and mind will walk out by itself. You don't need to do any effort at all. It will go out by itself. The same way, if you live a life of love and compassion with all the human beings, all the living creatures, the mind will go out by itself. You don't need to do any, meditation, penance, yoga exercises, yogic exercises, and cover a lot of distance by foot, and do all those things to your body. Fast yourself for 30 days, 10 days, 15 days, fasting, nothing of the sort. They are not required at all. Be natural, be aware, then you will get the result automatically. So, awareness is one thing which is almost, a stick by which you can beat the mind out of its place. You can just throw it out. Just throw it out. And it will never come back. As long as you are aware, your mind will not come into you at all. So this is a message which we should see in totality today, and tomorrow we will see another aspect of the knowledge of the self. Thank you very much.